At first glance, my family appears to be just like any other. My mom holds a job that doesn't seem too demanding, and I suspect she does it mostly for appearances. Meanwhile, my dad is the primary breadwinner. Mom works her regular job during the day and runs a second job in the evenings, so I never expect him home before 9 p.m. Even on weekends, he takes on additional part-time jobs to earn more money and save every penny possible. I also had a younger brother who was only 10 years old. Despite my mother being home all the time, she didn't take care of either me or my brother. During the day, our grandmothers and aunts would visit us and take care of us. At night, it was our father who took care of us. He would come home exhausted after a long day's work, but somehow he always had the energy to play with us or read a bedtime story to my brother. It was like magic. My father has always been my hero. Even though we only had a few minutes alone together, I cherished that time with him. In that short time, he could comfort me, support me, and give me valuable advice. I loved and still love my father deeply. However, the same cannot be said about my mother. My mother was self-absorbed and only cared about herself. She was preoccupied with her appearance, clothes, upcoming sales, meetings with friends, and other similar things. There were times when my mother forgot to prepare dinner for us. On those occasions, my father, who came home late after his second job, would be the one to feed us. I don't have enough information to understand what you mean by a hard person by nature. Can you please provide me with more details or context? Throughout my childhood and adolescence, my mother said hurtful things to me constantly. I struggle to recall any pleasant memories of her. She frequently manipulated me and lied to me. As I matured and became immune to her manipulations, she began to target my younger brother instead. She used to belittle me and put me down. She would humiliate me over small things just because she was in a bad mood. It didn't matter where we were, she could start yelling at me and calling me names, be it on the street, at school, in front of my classmates, or even in front of my friends. And my animosity towards her continued to intensify over time. As an adult, I am now able to filter out my mother's hurtful words and recognize that they are often driven by her anger and not a reflection of my worth. However, this understanding has not brought about any increase in love for her. In fact, to put it mildly, I still harbor a deep hatred towards her. For a long time, I haven't taken my mother's words seriously, and she has become a stranger to me. I only consider my father and brother as my family. Recently, I have been feeling scared. As I have become indifferent to my mother's provocations, I have noticed that she is increasingly bullying my brother. Despite not contributing to my brother's upbringing, my mother now constantly belittles him, telling him he's worthless and won't succeed in life. It's frightening to see her toxic behavior continue, especially towards my younger sibling. And yet, despite all of his accomplishments and his gentle nature, my mother continues to belittle him and tell him he's a failure. It's heartbreaking to see my little brother being treated so unfairly, especially when he's done nothing wrong. I feel responsible for him and do my best to take care of him. As I continue to move forward in my life, I've been in a long-term relationship with my partner, and we have plans to start a family soon. However, I am hesitant to move out of my parents' house because of my concerns for my younger brother. I also feel a great deal of sympathy for my hardworking father, who has been undermined by my mother's behavior for years. My brother, in particular, has been negatively impacted by my mother's constant belittling and criticism, which has led to poor academic performance and a lack of interest in anything. I am at a loss for how to help him, and I worry about what will happen to him if I leave.